February 27, 1996, an unlikely star was born on Nobuta Ranch, Hokkaido. As a thoroughbred foal, she was put up for auction, but nobody was interested in buying despite her strong racing pedigree. This little horse was sired by Nippoteo, a Japanese racehorse known as King of the Mile. In the anime Uma Musume Cinderella Grey, Akitsuteo's character is based on the horse Nippoteo, with 8 major wins during his career, and was even awarded the Best Sprinter Award in 1987 by the JRA. Her great-great-grandfather was the famous Canadian racehorse, Northern Dancer, who had an impressive record of 14 wins out of 18 races and never placed below 3rd. Just like in this episode of the anime, Nippoteo lost the Takarazuka Kinen to Tamamo Cross in real life. With no interested buyers, the owner would then decide to make this little foal a racehorse and sent her off to Kochi Racecourse. She would then be trained by Dai Muneshi, who named her Haru Urara, meaning glorious spring. During her active years of racing, Urara weighed in at less than 400 kilograms, which pales in comparison to the average size racehorse, about 500 kilograms. Staying true to life, the mobile game and the anime adaptation Uma Musume Pretty Derby, Haru Urara is portrayed as one of the smaller horses. Muneshi-san said that Haru Urara was quite the difficult horse to handle. She would often throw tantrums when being washed or even become violent when saddled. She's also easily scared by small noises and didn't enjoy their training sessions very much. Dai Muneshi was also the person responsible for sewing Hello Kitty patches onto her mask, so she would have a cuter aesthetic and stand out from the other horses. Despite all her flaws though, Muneshi-san kept training her, and on November 17, 1998, Haru Urara had her debut race where she managed to get 5th place. Out of 5 contestants. Ugh. It didn't matter to Urara if she wasn't the winner. Even though she hated training, when it came time to race on the track, Haru Urara showed a lot of enthusiasm and would joyfully walk to the gate while posing for the cameras on her way. She ran each and every race with all of her heart and would always run it to completion, even if she was dead last. During Haru Urara's career, Japan was experiencing a significant economic recession, known today as the Lost Decades. Debt levels were rising, companies were cutting wages, investments, and the country's GDP was on a rapid decline. Everything was impacted, and horse racing was no exception. Kochi Racecourse, where Haru Urara raced and resided, was on the brink of bankruptcy. In an effort to save the racecourse, Masashi Yoshida and Koji Haseguchi decided to print articles and share stories about Haru Urara's losing streak in 2003. Urara's unorthodox story quickly went viral all over Japan and reached some international media outlets. Even the Prime Minister of Japan, Junichiro Koizumi, made a comment on Haru Urara's story saying, "I'd like to see Haru Urara win, even just once. The horse is a good example of not giving up in the face of defeat." She soon became renowned as the star of losers and inspired many of her fans to not give up during these difficult economic times. Fans began writing letters, visiting the racetrack, or calling Kochi Racecourse to tell them about how inspired they were by Haru Urara's perseverance. An elderly woman suffering from breast cancer said that Urara's story gave her hope and the courage to keep fighting against her disease. One man even wrote that he was able to overcome his suicidal thoughts, because if Urara wouldn't give up, then neither should he. Haru Urara's story gave citizens all over Japan the courage to fight on, and this inspirational popularity was dubbed as the Haru Urara boom. When her story broke out, Urara had accumulated her 88th consecutive loss, and by December 14, 2003, over 5,000 fans came to watch her 100th race. By March 7, 2004, news got out that Japan's top jockey, Yutake, would be riding Haru Urara for her 106th race. By having such an experienced and talented rider, many people believe that this might be the first time Urara gets a win. So with eager anticipation, fans all over Japan gathered to Kochi Racecourse on March 22, 2004 to witness this historical race. Over 13,000 spectators came to watch her that day. Thousands were assembled outside the track before they even opened. People were buying all sorts of merchandise from Haru Urara t-shirts, keychains, to plushies and phone straps. Records show that 10 million yen of Urara merchandise was purchased that day, and over 121 million yen of bets were placed on Haru Urara to win. It's said that spectators waited in line for 5 hours just to place their bets. These betting tickets were stamped with "ataranai," which means to not win or to not be hit, and later became used as omamori, charms used for protection and to ward off traffic accidents. With so many people gathered at the track that day, Kochi Racecourse had to open their doors half an hour early just to get everyone in on time. The stands were packed, spectators were standing shoulder to shoulder, all to witness the genius jockey Yutake lead Haru Urara to her first win. Surely, if anyone can bring Urara her first victory, it would be the legendary Take, with over 3,000 wins and 3 Japanese Derby championships at the time. Many famous racehorses such as Special Week, Oguri Cap, Kitasan Black, Meijiro McQueen, and Super Creek, just to name a few, have all claimed a victory with Yutake as their rider. A vast majority of the horse girls from Uma Musume has had their real-life horse counterparts ridden by Yutake. It's basically impossible to talk about the history of Japanese horse racing without mentioning Yutake. Unfortunately, his prowess was not enough for Haru Urara to attain first place. Even though she ran with all of her might, she was outclassed by the other horses. Despite keeping up with the pack early in the race, Urara fell behind as each horse crept past her. By the end, Haru Urara was in 10th place. However, after she crossed the finish line, Yutake took Urara for a victory lap around the track. When they passed by the audience, everyone applauded and congratulated her for her efforts. It didn't matter to them that she didn't win. She wasn't loved because of her speed or talents, but people loved her for her tenacity and that she always tried her best. Urara's loss that day pulled Kochi Racecourse out of insolvency due to all the bets made in her favor. With her efforts, Haru Urara single-handedly saved Kochi Racecourse. It is still operating to this day, all thanks to the Haru Urara boom. Urara would go on to run in 7 more races that year before her retirement, her final record being 0 wins and 113 losses. Most horses only race once every few months due to the intense strain on their bodies from rigorous training. Haru Urara averaged about 20 races a year, except during her debut year where she only raced 3 times. Such an incredible feat was due to her strong durability, her dislike of training, and the fact that she only ran short distances of about 1,000 meters to 1,300 meters. Over her entire career of 6 years, Haru Urara would achieve 2nd place 5 times and 3rd place 7 times. But in the world of horse racing, it's winner takes all, so out of 113 races, Urara didn't win a single one. Sometime in March of 2004, Haru Urara's ownership changed to Anzai Mitoko. A dispute broke out between Anzai and Urara's trainer, Dai Muneshi. Anzai wanted to transfer her to Nasu Training Farm, where she could rest and prepare for her final race, to which Muneshi-san heavily disagreed. This argument led to Anzai taking Haru Urara away from Kochi Racecourse, and her whereabouts became unknown for almost a decade. It wasn't until early in 2013 that Haru Urara would be transferred to Martha Farm, a ranch specialized in caring for retired racehorses. However, shortly after her transfer, Anzai would completely stop visiting Martha Farm and abandon paying Urara's monthly stable fees of 80,000 yen. Because of this, Martha Farm eventually gained ownership over Haru Urara, who they now call Uchan. Caring for just one individual horse can be quite costly, and the expenses were piling up every single day. Talks about euthanizing Uchan had to be seriously considered. In a desperate attempt to raise money for Uchan's care, Martha Farm reached out to the press and the fans for donations, and her fans answered en masse. Over 100 fan letters arrived to Martha Farm, and the donations received well exceeded the amount necessary for her care. The rancher and breeder of Martha Farm, Yuko Miyahara, established the Haru Urara group to manage all the donations. She stated that the group will be dismantled after Uchan's passing, and any extra funds will be used to care for the other horses at the farm. As of the release of this video, July 2005, Haru Urara still lives a happy and healthy life at Martha Farm. According to Miyahara-san, Uchan likes to spend her days eating, sleeping, eating, playing, and more eating. She's currently 29 years old and a grandmother. The average racehorse life expectancy is between 25 and 30 years old, so she's getting quite up there in age. Since the release of the anime and game Uma Musume Pretty Derby, Haru Urara's popularity has soared to greater heights. Her stable is now decorated with pictures of her anime character and a traffic safety poster that she was featured in back in 2018. The Kisarazu police station paid Urara 600 kilograms of carrots for her appearance in the poster. Uchan regularly gets visitors from fans all over the world now. If you plan on visiting her, please make a reservation with the farm ahead of time and make sure to follow all the guidelines and rules so that she may continue living out the rest of her life safely and stress-free. Haru Urara's inspirational story is one that many of us should adopt as part of our daily lives. No matter what difficult challenges await us, face it with all of your might and never give in to defeat. I think Muneshi-san sums it up the best.
勝つことだけが認められるという世界になれば、それは争いじゃないですか。負けた者と勝った者との戦争やないですか。その本人が一生懸命努力して負けたりない、それ評価するべきですよ。中にはね、ずるい馬がいるんで、一生懸命走らない馬もいるんで、まああの馬なんか最後まで一生懸命走ってましたね。
でもね、最後まで全力で走れたんだ。トレーニング頑張った甲斐があったよ。
Hey guys, thanks for watching the video. If you made it this far and enjoy this type of content, then please leave a like and comment down below which horse from Uma Musume you would like me to cover next. Thanks again. See you next time.